Hey guys, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and we are back finally with the How to Rune series. It's been a long time, a long break, but we're gonna get through this. So what I do in this series is go over the monsters, specific rune style, what they're good for, where you should use them, what my overall rating for it is at the very end, how they should be ruined early and mid game, and it's just a lot of just useful information dumped all over your guys' faces. So to get right into it here, we are on Praha. Okay, the last How to Rune video was Taor. Now we are on Praha, and then we just keep going in a row. So if you guys are like, oh Clay, you know, go do the dark oracle. Okay, well, it's in order, so the Dark Oracle is going to be a little bit a long way away. So, but we're going to try to do it. We're going to try to get this out as much as possible, okay? As much as possible. So we've got the fire ones done. Now we're just finishing up the water ones. Okay, so Praha. What is she useful for? She is probably the best healer in Summoner's War in the entire game. So there's a couple rivals like Apparel and I mean, I don't want to say Chaesoon, but Chaesoon's in there as like one of the more premier healers. You also have Beladion if you want to keep going down the list. But really, the healers that you're looking at are Praha and Apparel as the main healers in the entire game. Okay, now with that being said, what makes her one of the best healers in the game? Well, for one, it's this skill, which is of course a 50% heal based on the ally's HP. So if somebody has a lot of HP, you're going 50% based on their HP, okay? If they have not so much HP, of course, going off of the percentage wise, it's not as much of a heal, but still it's 50%. It pretty much brings you back from the dead. The entire team, okay? I don't need to explain Praha's skills, you guys all know it already. But the thing that separates Praha from Apparel is the fact that she has an AoE buff removing skill on turn 2, and the fact that she has a personal attack bar booster. That's something that Apparel doesn't have. Apparel has a couple different things like the overtime heal, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time it's just not as big of a heal. And then he has the single target buff remover, and then the single target bigger heal. So the reason why though this skill is better is because in G3 meta, in pretty much Guardian, Conquer 3 above, if you don't have a buff stripper, you're gonna be really struggling. Whether it's just even like the normal buff strippers like Aquila, Soha, something like that. If you don't have a buff stripper, you need to get one. Okay. Enough of that. Now, she needs to be built on Despair. I don't care if you're early game, mid game, late game, she has to be on Despair. 100% Despair. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you use her, Despair needs to be the main priority. Okay. Second off, she needs to be on Nemesis as well. Okay, early game can't do that. Late game also has some builds where you go Nemesis, Will. If you don't want to do the Despair, it's really not my favorite build, but I'll briefly discuss it as well. And then we'll also go over some early game type builds as well. So, first off, early game builds, Despair. Don't do any of this Nemesis, Will shit. If you're early game, you don't need that. Build her Despair, build her any offset you want. I don't care what it is, any offset you want. The only thing that I want you guys to do is make sure that she has speed on slot 2, HP on slot 4, and HP on slot 6. Nothing else. Okay, nothing else. Don't do fucking like crit rate on slot 4. Don't do accuracy slot 6. Of course, if you don't have those HP percent runes just yet, that's fine. I understand. Try some 5-star runes. That's okay as well. I'd rather see that. Second off, now as you move into later game, she needs to be on Nemesis. 100%. The reason being is because her main purpose is arena defense. That is where she shines. That is her main purpose in life, is to be on your arena defense team. 100%. Okay, she has a spot in raids, R5, things like that, but everything else really just focused on arena defense, maybe some RTA, things like that, but really arena defense is the main thing you want to build her for. Okay, so moving on, why do you want to have her on Nemesis? You want to have her on Nemesis because if you're getting Lucianed and she's built really fast, she's going to cut in between the Lucians. So she's going to get one Lucian to the face, she's going to heal up the entire team, and then the next Lucian's going to go, and he's not going to be able to do enough damage to kill your team because you're going to build her with tanky other monsters for the most part, and it's going to be great. Either tanky or super fast. We'll go over the builds, team compositions here in just a second. But the other Rune build, okay, so for the, Despair, Nemesis, of course, speed, HP. Again, that doesn't change, okay? Now you can go Nemesis, Will. I recommend still going speed, HP, or if you have really fast speed slots, then you can go HP, but really Despair, Nemesis, Will, both speed, HP. So the reason why people go with double Nemesis and Will is because you have the opportunity to go even more in between the Lucians. Now you're really just focusing on countering Lucians at this point if you go Nemesis, Will, and you really don't have much of a game against cleave teams with like full Will AOs that are going to be fighting you, and you really just want, you're just going to lack a lot of utility without having that Despair, because you might remove the buffs, but to remove the buffs isn't enough for Praha. She needs to have a little bit more RNG built into her, which that Despair absolutely brings that RNG. Okay, moving on. What teams does she work well with? So, the top arena defense in the game right now includes Praha in the build. So the top, pretty much the best defense you could possibly make, defenses plural, is Water Fairy King Leader, Praha, Orion, and then either like Perna or Kumar or some other really tanky fire monster. Okay? So the idea is that Orion goes first, Praha goes next, Water Fairy King goes next, overwhelms everybody, sets their skills on cooldown, and then you have the Kumar or the Perna that are there to counter, mainly win teams like Lucian, Sierras, Tianas, things like that, and then just wipe their hands clean and be like, we got this, we're done. So there's that. You have to be fast enough with your Orion though, and your other monsters have to be fast enough, so be careful on that one. The other option is to go Water Fairy King, Praha, again, Kumar, Perna, whatever else, and then instead of Orion, put Amduat in there. That's also a great combination. But really, if all you have is Praha and you don't have any other monsters to put with her, I recommend just getting a Vermos. If you're a really early game, I would go Vermos, Praha, and then you could put Theomars and find whatever other monster that you have with her, so that way they're all farmable, but Praha makes that scary. Okay. What are the Rune substat priorities? So we already talked about having speed, HP. Now we want to focus speed. Has to be fast. Really fast. Okay, second off, after you focus on all of your speed substats and have the fastest Praha you could possibly make on Despair, you're gonna go to HP. HP is the next one, because if she dies from one Lucian, she does not do her job. Does not do her job. Third, I almost said second and put up a 3. Third, you're gonna build some resistance, so that way she doesn't get bombed by Sierras and Tianas and Liblis and Dovers and all that fun stuff. She does have a resistance leader skill, which makes it nice. So if you did not want to go with a Vermos leader, you can also put her with as the leader, and then you can put like tanky fire monsters with her as well. And then so after you do the resistance Then you're gonna go to defense. It's really important to make her even tankier. And then last but not least, you're gonna go for a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of accuracy. Accuracy is always good on her. If you get as much as you can. It's not a necessity though. She's still gonna be removing buffs even without accuracy. It's just not gonna be as reliant as you would want it on, like, say, an AO that you need to remove will. But she is going to be doing her job, which is breaking up combinations, stunning people, healing the team, and that'll be just enough. So I won't want to say don't focus accuracy at all, but it's definitely not a huge focus. It's a little bit farther down the list. So keep that in mind when you're building your Prahas. Now, let's take a look at one of the, I would say probably the best Praha in the server that I've seen. So if we go to the rankings, oh, I don't know, I know that guy. I know that guy. All right, this is gonna be Goku's. I mean, there's others that come pretty close. They may be better, may not be better, but this one I thought was very, very good, very good. And he's in the top 100 right now, so I was able to click on his name, ignore the 3 dark things and whatever else. Oh my god, all the LD Nat 5s. Anyway, this is his Praha. Okay, one of the better despair sets in the game. I want to go out on a limb and say it's still not better than my despair nemesis set, but still very, very, very good. Okay, so you have 149 speed, just like we talked about. You have 553 defense, just like we talked about. Lots of defense, lots of HP, 24,000 extra HP on top of the 149 speed, which is great. And then you have some accuracy and some crit rate. Okay, that's all the accuracy you need. You don't even need to have that much. Like 40%, 50% is really sufficient. You'll want to see a little bit more resistance on Praha, but still it's not bad at all. So this is what I want you guys to look for when you're building yours. Now you have this really good Rune. It has everything she needs rather. Defense, HP, accuracy, crit rate. Let's take a look at this one. Accuracy, speed, crit rate, defense, HP there as well. Then you have this one, HP, speed, resistance, crit rate, defense up on the stat right there. So look at this though. A lot of people are really, you know, pissed when they get flat HP. But to be honest, that's how you get super high HP stats, is flat HP. You'd be surprised at how much extra HP that gives you. Like, it says 849, but when you really think about it, compared to having the percentage plus another HP, 849 HP on there, it's actually adds up really quickly. And I'll show you guys my Juno once we're done as well, so that way you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But speed 21, attack, it's a little bit of a wasted stat right there, but it's still okay because you got HP, crit rate. I'd rather see defense in there. I'm sure he would as well, but he already grinded the room. But overall, not bad. And then you have this HP rune here with speed 19, defense 13, HP, crit rate, accuracy, HP's up there. And then lastly, 22 speed with HP, crit rate, and accuracy. So really solid rune. Over 20 speed on every single rune he has, except for this one, which is 19. And that's what you guys want to do when you build your Praha. Okay, so just to kind of show you guys, because I know you guys are gonna ask, like, what you Juno? What's your rune? Okay, this is my Juno. Since you guys asked, now the speed is three less, right? 3 less. However, this rune has not been grinded yet, as you can see. But the HP is a little bit higher, defense is a little bit lower, speed is a little bit lower, accuracy is a lot higher, crit rate is a little bit lower. So overall, HP is a little bit higher. Like, it's very comparable. If I get this stupid rune to get to like 150 speed, and then I get this rune to go higher because it's a 22 base stat, and I only got a 2-star roll out of it. Same thing with this one, it's a 22 base stat, and I got 2 stars. So I can potentially get up to like 254 if I do the math right. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that Praha is amazing. Congratulations to everybody that has her. She's amazing. I just said she's amazing, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and watching. Stay soupy. As always, don't be potatoes. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video featuring, who are we featuring? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Annabelle. Okay. Alright guys. Peace out, Girl Scout, Buttercup, in your butt. Alright, bye.